If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also, go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new album in the description. Okay, so let's talk about this new Nigo album that is about to drop this Friday on March 25th. So today, I wanted to go over everything that we know about the album I Know Nigo by Nigo and a lot of other people, of course, he's collaborating with in this video. So let's jump straight into this. So we've been knowing about this album I Know Nigo for quite some time now. It was supposed to release in that whole run of Pusha releasing, then Don the 2, and then also Nigo, and we got Don the 2 at the end of February on the 22nd. As you know, y'all probably know, the Pusha album is still out there. We haven't gotten it yet, and then I Know Nigo was now supposed to drop in March, and of course it is. So let's look at when this was first announced, what we know about this thing so far, and what we can expect from it. So the first time that this thing was announced was a while back. Like, I'm talking like 3 months back at the end of last year. I think it was at the end of December, like December 21st, when Nigo took to his social media accounts, Instagram most famously, and announced this album. He said, I Know Nigo featuring, and then, you know, you can see in the picture who's it all featuring, new album coming soon. So obviously a lot of people, you know, talked about this and were like, yo, what is this album going to be like and stuff like that. And he showed us the features already in this post that he shared with us that also announced this album. So let's look at this. So in this picture, you can see, I don't know if this is the album title so far. We've also gotten, you know, some other stuff so far that could be the album title. But when you scroll through the pictures, go to his Instagram, do that, we can see the people that are going to be featured on here. Those include Pharrell, obviously, they're working very closely together. Kid Cudi, we're going to get into the people that we've already seen on features in a little bit. Then A$AP Rocky, Lil Uzi Vert, and then Pusha T, then Family, and then also Tyler and Teriyaki Boys. So from a lot of these, we've already heard songs that got released as singles. I'm going to go into that in a little bit. But first of all, this was the announcement. We knew that this was coming at some point. We just didn't know when exactly. Then over the course of, you know, a lot of weeks, you know, across January and February and then also March now, we've got more and more information on this thing. Now, of course, we got to talk about the singles because he's released quite a lot of them so far. The first one that released was Aria with A$AP Rocky. That's also the one that's doing the best. And I really liked the single. I thought, you know, A$AP Rocky can do very well on these types of beats and on this type of production and just creative control. I thought that was, you know, quite successful, that track, and I really liked that. Also, that one got a video, and just to see Rocky collaborating with Nigo, Pharrell, and then also Cudi, it's just so amazing to see that all those people are coming together to be this big creative collective. I really like to see that, and that they're all working on this together as, like, you know, a creative collective. I really like that, and I hope that that is one of the strong points of this album, that we have all these great creative genius minds coming together working on this, even if this won't do, you know, as well commercially as a Don the 2 would. It's still, I think, gonna be a gem among those that know about it. We got a couple of other singles since then. We got that Wanted Bad with Kid Cudi. I like that quite as well. That was a banger. I would have, you know, hoped for Cudi to do more like vocal stuff, but I like that track. It was a great track. We've got Hear Me Clearly with Pusha T. That one was amazing as well. Then we also got the track with Uzi called Heavy. I like that one as well, even though I think that Uzi can do a lot better on a lot of stuff, and also, but to see Uzi working again with Rocky, I think is great. And we got that Teriyaki Boys track, More Tonight. Of course, I'm not really into that as much, but I'm interested to see how that is then being put together with the rest of the album. So those are the singles that we've gotten so far. And we didn't know that this was coming until he also dropped another trailer for this, or kind of like a trailer, is basically Uzi and Rocky announcing the album only a couple of days ago. And and in that caption he said Friday hashtag I Know Nigo, and from that we could tell that this album was gonna drop this Friday on March 25th. This also makes sense since Steven Victor also said that I Know Nigo was gonna drop in March. I think he even named the 25th specifically, so it really makes sense. And also we've gotten 5 singles so far, so at some point we got to get this album. Of course, that Kid Cudi track also got a video, which is also amazing, so go check that out. And of course, Nigo does a lot of other creative stuff surrounding this project other than the music, because he is a very creative dude in a lot of avenues. You know, just a little bit about his character. He's initially, he's done music in the past, but has now more focused on fashion. He's a creative director at Kenzo, and so that's why, they're all like working very closely together, because Cudi, then also Rocky and Uzi are very much involved in fashion as well, and it just really makes sense for them to collaborate like that. So that being said, of course, there's a lot of other stuff surrounding this thing. For example, he got merch dropping with box sets and stuff like that, which I think is going to be a main driver also of revenue for this thing, because I don't think it'll do that well, just commercially streaming. We've gotten special designed covers for collectors by Cause Designs, so I think that's going to be a selling factor as well. He's also doing a little pop-up store the day after the album drops on Saturday, trying to sell the box sets and merch probably. So you can see this kind of like a whole creative universe surrounding this album that is, more than just the core music, because that is what Nigo obviously is known for and can do best. Of course, I'm very excited about this. We've seen more features. We've seen that Tyler's going to be on here, Pharrell working on the production as well. Probably going to be like a surprise Kanye feature or something like that. I think that all of these people working together, those people that have done so much good for, hip hop and fashion and just, being creative over the past decade with Nigo, Pharrell, Cudi, Pusha, Rocky, that all of them are now coming together to make a collaborative music project, I think is a beautiful thing for hip-hop, just, all in all. So I'm really excited for this. The singles are sounding great so far. My favorite obviously being either the Rocky one or the Cudi one, but the other ones are dope as well. If you haven't yet, go check out those singles. I Know Nigo dropping this Friday, March 25th. We know the features. We know the possible album cover as I went over. It could be that initial announcement post, or also like those singles were with like those Polaroid type of covers. That could also be one way to do it. We just don't know yet. But if anything happens with this album, I'll be sure to keep y'all updated. Until then, make sure you go stream those singles, and everything that I went over in terms of like hopes and expectations is obviously just my opinion. And now I want to know what you think about this. Are you excited for I Know Nigo? What is your favorite single? What do you hope this album can do for hip-hop, can do for fashion, can do just for creative culture, societally in total, you feel me? Because I think that's really interesting. The interesting part about this thing, the unique selling point of this. So all of that, please let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.